Damning and bombshell new footage has been released and exclusively reported on by MSNBC's Ari Melber on The Beat, and it's of Trump ally, advisor, aide Roger Stone in between when the 2020 election was called for Joe Biden and the actual election day. So that period when the votes were being counted and there was a question about who was going to win. As the days went on, it seemed pretty clear Biden was, but then eventually it was officially called on November 7th. And so this is on November 5th. Roger Stone, footage of him, is captured by a documentary crew that was following him around for some reason, capturing him committing crimes, possibly. And it's him concocting the plan to claim fraud and then use that to justify overturning the results in states where Trump lost but wished that he had won, some of those key swing states. And it's pretty stunning. We'll look at it in just a moment. But first, hear from the rap damning video of Roger Stone plotting to overthrow 2020 election results for Trump airs on MSNBC. In an MSNBC exclusive Wednesday, The Beat host Ari Melber aired what appears to be a damning video of longtime Donald Trump aide and advisor Roger Stone plotting a Republican win in 2020 by overriding various states' election results. In his breakdown of the video in Wednesday's exclusive segment, Melber said that the fact that the video was recorded on November 5th is a particular blow to the ongoing argument from Trump's camp over two indictments regarding his involvement in the January 6th insurrection, because we hear from Trump defenders the argument that's supposed to be sort of a legal argument that Trump actually believed these things. He believed the election was being stolen. So he was just trying to right a wrong. How could you possibly indict him over that? And I don't even know if that necessarily stands by itself or makes sense by itself, but even so, that's even falling apart. And then hear from Newsweek, the clip could potentially lay doubts on the former president and his inner circle's claims that the fake electoral plot to falsely declare that Trump won in 7 states, and they list them there, was carried out on the basis that they believe that the last election was rigged due to voter fraud, as Stone was discussing such a scheme even before Trump officially lost to Biden. So how could they think or know or believe it was being stolen before Trump had even officially lost? And also, how could they believe those things based on the overwhelming evidence? But here's this from Ari Melber, pretty wild.
For clarity, as Roger Stone works with an associate to dictate his plans and arguments for how they had a plan as early November, that's how early this was, in states that Biden won or was winning, where Republican politicians would try to, quote, as Stone puts it, send in electors who reflect President Trump's, quote, victory.
Although state officials in all 50 states.
So for our podcast listeners, you can just picture Roger Stone, who looks like a movie villain, sitting there and for some reason, instead of typing himself, speaking out to an aide who is typing for him.
Must ultimately certify the results of the voting in their state, the final decision as to who the state legislatures authorize be sent to the Electoral College is a decision made solely by the legislature. Any legislative body may decide on the basis of overwhelming evidence of fraud to send electors to the Electoral College.
A reminder, November 5th, before the election had been called for Biden.
Who accurately reflect the president's legitimate victory in their state, which was illegally denied him through fraud. We must be prepared to lobby our Republican legislatures by personal contact and by demonstrating the overwhelming will of the people in their state, in each state, that this may need to happen.
So interestingly, that seemed to be version 1 of the fake elector scheme, where apparently, as we were listening to Roger Stone outline there, if they could get to state legislatures early enough that were led by Republicans in the swing states they were looking at and convince them there was widespread voter fraud and it's being stolen from Trump, then they can go, yeah, I guess Biden technically won our state, but because of all these different theories, we're going to go ahead and send electors for Trump to vote in the Electoral College, which is, of course, how presidents are actually elected. But then, of course, state legislatures didn't go along with that plan and did send the correct, legitimate electors to vote. And so then it changed, and version 2 of the fake elector scheme is what we've talked more about, which was just have individuals claim to be the electors and have them sign fraudulent forms. And then when it comes time to vote the electoral count and certify it, just have Pence go, these are the real ones, woohoo, and keep Trump the president. And that didn't work either, luckily, but it kind of evolved over time in an effort, of course, by any means necessary to keep Trump in the White House. Pretty disturbing and could be incriminating as the potential defenses of Donald Trump fall apart very early in this process. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to be a part of what makes this show possible, plus get access to the full video version of the show hours before all the clips are able to be uploaded to the YouTube channel, plus get the bonus show on the weekends, you can do so by going to lukebeasleyshow.com/membership. That's lukebeasleyshow.com/membership, and there's a link in the description.